What's going on, everybody? You already know what it is. Your boy On Point and On the Grind. And this is just a part 2 video to the video I did asking if you guys thought, Asian games were a joke or whatever and whatnot. And, I got a lot of feedback. And, I just want to let it be known that, if I offended anybody, I apologize because that wasn't my intentions. I was just bringing up stuff that I honestly thought was fact. You know what I'm saying? And, I still share the same views. Somebody made a comment on my page, and it made a lot of sense because not only did his comment make a lot of sense, but I had to rethink some things, and I really thought about it, about what I said about not taking Asian games seriously. And, to be honest, that would be pretty foolish for me to say that because I had to rethink it. I said, well, if I was a target, if I was victimized by them, I would take them seriously. Because anybody with a gun could be dangerous, man, if they consistent with it. If you had a whole bunch of Asian gangs, if you had an Asian gang going around just nonstop doing home invasions and just doing carjackings on anybody of any race, hell yeah, I'm going to take them seriously. You know what I'm saying? Or it don't even have to be any race, just doing that. And hell yeah, I'm going to take them seriously because I know they'll probably blow me away. So that's foolish. It was foolish for me to say that I don't take them seriously. I do take Asian gangs seriously. Now, the real thing I should have said is that, the real thing that I personally think is that most Asian gangs are as notorious as Hispanic and African-American street gangs. That's what I should have said. And again, it's not because it's not in their nature. Like I said, I think a lot of it has to do because most of them it's just not in their culture to carry on a thuggish lifestyle. You know what I'm saying? And they see the stupidity of it. They see the stupidity of it as they get older. Now, that's not the case for all of them. I think that out of all the Asians that's in the ethnic groups, I think Cambodians, Laotians, I hope I pronounced them right, and Vietnamese, I think they're the ones that's the most down out of the rest of the Asians that's in the ethnic groups, that's in different ethnic groups. Not only because people had told me this, but from the information I looked up a lot of information on it. And I'm just going by really primarily the California lifestyle because a lot of these Asians and in the East Coast and stuff like that, they don't really, as far as the street gangs in the East Coast that's Asians, it doesn't really add up or make sense to me. I'm not saying I wouldn't take them seriously, but they're not official to me, if that makes sense. To me personally, I don't think they're official. I have a lot more respect for the Asians in California that gangbang, which is mostly Cambodians, Laotians, and Vietnamese. You know what I'm saying? Koreans and China, I'm pretty sure they do their thing, but I just respect Cambodians no more because they're around blacks, and it were put down by a lot of the blacks that spread it, the Crips organization and Bloods organization, the Cambodians, Vietnamese, and Laotians. I hope I'm probably not pronouncing Laotians right, but I have a lot more respect for them, and I think they're the most down. Now, the reason why I said what I said about Asian gangs, one of the reasons is because I noticed that when they be showing them on Gangland or just any type of article that I look up about Asian gangs in California, Los Angeles, whatever, they always seem to only want to victimize their own people. And it makes me think, okay, are they afraid to go to war with other races because they feel like they're not on these other races' level? It always makes me wonder that. But then I think about Hispanic gangs. Most of the time they victimize their own people, and then black gangs. But then when you look at California, you hear about Mexicans and blacks getting into it. It's like you don't hear about Asians really getting into it with other races. But then there's people saying that, you do hear about there is Asian gangs that's getting into it with other races. Probably not as much. You know what I'm saying? I don't think. And, when I really speak on Asian gangs, I'm really speaking on Cambodians, Vietnamese, and Laotians. I'm not speaking on those other cultures. But I don't think they soft. I think if they had to go to war with gangs of other races, nationalities, I think they would. But if they don't have to, I'm assuming they probably just don't fuck with them if they don't have to and just stay to themselves. But, like I said, I apologize if I offended anybody from the video I made. But, like I said, I just, that's what I took and ran with it because what I seen on, the news, different articles I looked up a lot of research on this. I paid attention to a lot of things, looked up information dealing with Asian gangs, and it seemed like the media doesn't really portray them to be on the level as African-American street gangs and Hispanic street gangs, but that don't mean anything, you know what I'm saying, because, that don't mean anything, man, because I seen some Cambodians that really look like they down for their shit. I seen some videos and shit, and they really like they down for their shit, and they'll go to war if they had to. You know what I'm saying? Cambodians, Laotians, and shit like that. So those are probably the ones I really respect the most. Cambodians really is the ones out of all the Asians I respect the most, and maybe Laotians if they also be, because they say Cambodians and Laotians are really tight. So I respect them two ethnic groups out of all the Asian groups the most. But as far as the clips I got at the bottom, a lot of them, they are like Hmongs and stuff like that. You know, people, the ones from Ghost Town Crip and Oaktown Crip and a lot of shit like that. They're not really Cambodian and stuff like that. Vietnamese, I don't know what to think of Vietnamese. I don't know. I still got them at the bottom too, man, because I still got, I don't know. So they still at the bottom link description box. All the Cambodian games that I put down there, I took them out. That was in the link description box, the ones that I was trying to show as an example. Like, you know, but I took them out because I didn't want to disrespect them. You know what I'm saying? Because I have a lot of respect for Cambodians, not because, you know, a lot of them are heavily involved in game banging, but I like the culture. I think it's very interesting. So I took them out. Tiny Rascal Game, the ABZ, you know, Tiny Rascal Game. A lot of them were young kids in these videos. You know what I'm saying? And a lot of them wasn't even originally in California, you know. So I had to keep that in mind too. And ABZ, I don't want to disrespect none of the Cambodians or Laotians, so I took them out. So you don't have any Tiny Rascal videos in there or any Asian boys vids in there. Vietnamese, I don't know. I got Vietnamese boys in there and these Hmongs and these other Asian gangs that be in Massachusetts and shit. But man, that's pretty much what it is, man. You know, I take Asian gangs seriously, but it's some Asians out of some of these ethnic groups that I respect more, and there's some that I think that have more respect to others, and just like I said, I take them seriously, but most of the time I don't think Asian gangs are as notorious as Hispanic and African American street gangs, and that's just how I feel. You know what I'm saying? Now Cambodians like Asian Boys, Tiny Rascals, and Lewis Park Paru, Insane Oriental Boys, and all them other Cambodian gangs, they may be different, but let's think of the percentage they actually make of. What's the percentage of Asian gangs that are really down for this shit that makes up the whole population? It's probably not that much. So you see what I'm saying? So yeah, the only ones I think it would really go to war with other races is Cambodians and Laotians. That's my opinion. You know, so I got respect for them, but yeah, like I said, I mean, I'm not trying to, you know, if I offended anybody, I'm sorry. You know what I'm saying? I was just keeping it real, man. You know, that's why I made a part 2, man, because it made me think some things. So I don't want people to go around and say, you know, he don't think Asian gays are seriously a joke. I don't think they pussy. You know what I'm saying? I just, it's more that I have a lot more respect for, and, you know, the ones I'll be more aware of. But, yeah, I take them seriously, all right. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say, man. I just, you know, pretty much just wanted to put that out there, and hopefully people can leave me their feedback and everything like that. So, like I said, man, I didn't mean to disrespect, you know. Like I said, I took Tiny Rascal ABs out because I didn't want to disrespect Cambodians and Laotians. So, that's just what it is. But, that's all I got to say, man. Y'all comment, rate, subscribe, man. Y'all let me know what's going on, man. How y'all feel? Peace.